the nitrous when I was at Donda.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize how long I had been like doing nitrous, but now it definitely has affected my memory. But the funny thing is, God can use my memory, but that's not what he need. He need my channel. He need you.
Kanye West has recently gone on an apology tour concerning all the different things, anti-Semitic remarks, telling black people, I don't know, slavery was a choice, all the many things he did that at first were getting him attention for marketing and then kind of put his career on ice to some degree. Now, there was stuff going on at that time. He's diagnosed bipolar, but he developed a crazy nitrous oxide usage problem. If you're not familiar with that, it's popular in LA. It's kind of weird. You'll see, like, if you watch the gang stuff in LA, the Mexican gangbangers will be out, and they're like real gang members, and they got little nitrous tanks with them, and different, guys I know, black studios, you go in, everyone's doing nitrous. A lot of different kind of people doing nitrous. I've done it. It's weird. You may have had it at the dentist. It gives your brain an extremely strong disassociative, but I guess people like it because while you're doing it, it's very strong, and as soon as you stop inhaling, it goes away. But it kills your brain cells. It's not something to be doing. Like if you, a couple times a year, do it for a couple minutes, I don't know, I guess it's okay, but very bad for you. So Kanye's behavior has been obviously crazy. We don't have to rehash all that. But as you see by a lot of these pictures, he's been looking bad. People say, well, this is sad. I mean, Kanye's first big hit was Through the Wire. That was about his car crash, and they wired his jaw. His jaw, kind of like Michael Jackson got injured back in the 80s when he was caught on fire during the Pepsi thing. And people said, oh, he wanted to be white, and he kept bleaching his skin and getting the plastic surgery. But it all started with him being really damaged and in a lot of pain from when his hair caught on fire during the Pepsi commercial. And getting on, taking the you-know-whats and starting to get the plastic surgery just to repair the damage. And then you get addicted to the plastic surgery. And then he had vitiligo and etc. But anyways, Kanye could be kind of a modern version of that, the bipolar, and then he's fallen off into this, to do some of the things he'd done, go on Alex Jones dressed in a Klan outfit, the interview he did with academics. And then as you can see by this clip, he knows it was a problem. It is a problem. So about 2 years ago, his Chief of Staff, Milo Yiannopoulos, you see on the right of the picture, yeah, that's a guy. And Milo is someone who just likes to be famous. He was started during Trump's first run, 2015, 2016. Milo was a right-wing, what you'd call now, influencer. He went to a lot of college campuses. But he wanted to make money. He had a book called Dangerous, F-A-G-G-O-T. He would say things like, but remember, he was right-wing, and he would say maybe things that were kind of racist, and then he would say things like, well, I can't be racist. I love to S Black D. So he's a guy who makes a spectacle out of himself. But Kanye hired him as a chief of staff, and perhaps now Milo was very competent in a sense. He made himself famous kind of out of nothing, and he does have, I think he has a Harvard, some Ivy League degree. I mean, he's smart, and I mean, I don't even know if he's that weird. I think he pretends to be weird as a way to get attention. He recognized that was a shortcut to attention. But either way, Milo maybe was one of the few people that helped Kanye. He's the one who released some tweets and different text messages about Kanye begging the doctor for more nitrous. Kanye was spending up to $50,000 a month, and they were delivering the big industrial, the ones for the dentist office, to Kanye's house so he could administer himself. And like I said, being in a hour-long whippet frenzy is bad enough for your brain, but having those tanks over there, and it's a weird, it's not like addictive, like if you did it today, you want it tomorrow, but you can get into a frenzy of doing it. I remember throwing rave parties back in Detroit, 99, summer 99, and we had a big giant, we had 6,500 square feet we rented for $1,300, like by the month. It was such, downtown Detroit was so undesirable. And now that same building has Detroit's #1 steakhouse, Capitol Park. But anyways, we would rent it out to these rave kids, and then they would hire their DJs and this and that. And they would have the tanks in there to make money. And then I think one night, it was the end of the night, and they owed us some money, but I saw they were making money on the tanks, so I kind of bogarted the tank, and I was like, well, I'm going to sell this to get our last couple hundred or something. And I was running the tank. I mean, they was coming. Give me one, $5. I think they're $5. I mean, and it was much shorter acting than crack. Like, you get the balloon. As soon as the balloon's gone, your eye's gone, you're ready for another one. And there was about 7 or 8 of them that were in such a friend, like they were just give me another one. And I knew the tank was getting low, and I was like, yo, everybody just give me like $40, and y'all can just have the rest of what's in here. So it's definitely, and it's a dissociative, like that other currently popular thing, ketamine, like back in the day, me. Dissociative, you don't have any thoughts. It's like you're outside of your own body, like you're in the void. It's not like a high, like a euphoric high. It's like a total brain like you're just, yeah, I mean, it's strange. Why would someone want to feel that all the time? Well, if you're having bipolar or something like that, it might be so strong it makes you feel, well, if your brain is having no thoughts, then it can't be having bipolar thoughts. So I don't think Kanye West is faking about bipolar. I think that he's one of those people. He played around. Listen, he played around with the dark forces of life, of psychology. So he played around at the edges of saying and doing crazy stuff for a long time, offensive things, starting with, well, maybe not starting with, but famously, going up on the stage and taking the girls Grammy, Taylor Swift, and not that, obviously I don't care about Taylor Swift, but why pick on her? I mean, everyone in the music industry is a weirdo and ain't shit, and it's all manufactured. You too, Kanye. So, and George Bush doesn't love black people. Maybe. I mean, so that's an example of maybe him saying something like that was okay because it made people think, and then you start to move into the Taylor Swift, and it becomes more and more stunts just to benefit himself, and then the MAGA hat, and and then just the crazy anti-Semitic stuff, which he's not going to come back from because the entertainment industry is certainly not it's not even mostly run by Jews. It's mostly, like most of the economy of planet Earth, owned by WASPs, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants. That's who's the real controller of the globe. But there's enough Jewish people that, and I don't blame him. Like the stuff he said, I'd be like, man, I'll never do you a favor. But anyways, that's another topic. But so he announced when he got that new wife, Bianca Sensori, that they were going to sue this Dr. Connelly, who gave him all this stuff. Now, this is Dr. Connelly, obviously he's a real LA, he's jacked up on steroids, he loves attention, celebrity dentist, so this is a new thing. He got kind of famous, he gave Post Malone his grills. Post Malone is another guy who we don't know, he was exhibiting a lot of behavior and weight loss indicative of seeming like he was and melting down on stage and seeming like he was having a really bad substance abuse problem. He said no, he just lost weight. Who knows? And that he was just being a nice person, and that's why he was talking to people the way he was. One I will tell you though, in LA, like there is people. I'm not accusing the dentist of it. I don't want to get a libel thing, but I could believe. So Kanye spent $185,000 on his titanium teeth from that dentist, which he's since had removed. It's supposedly hard to clean. His breath was horrible. His breath supposedly has always been horrible because of his fucked up teeth. And he was spending $50,000 a month on tanks. The doctor was probably paying a couple thousand for tanks and selling him for $50,000. And we had a similar case just with the overdose of Matthew Perry, and you had the ketamine queen, you had that Persian woman and a doctor, and they're all getting hefty sentences they were slanging Matthew Perry ketamine for his depression, which is generally a safe drug, but he went so out of control with it, and they were selling him, and they were sending texts to each other laughing about how, ketamine they paid $300 for in a month, they sold to him for $30,000. I mean, they were just draining him. And these big celebrities who have $80, $100, $300, $500 million, who you get around and you're like, oh, you're not even, you're kind of unlikable. So it's very easy to justify, right, to watch Kanye West acting like a real narcissistic clown, on TV or something, and then to be around him and see probably how he treats people. Very easy to justify to yourself, let me milk this guy for as much as possible. And of course, like all the people with addictions in LA, if you're even just drunk, much less high, you're in a mood, you're much more like, oh, you need some money, oh, get this, and you're not paying attention to things. People will definitely, that's a place, even on my low level, of just, it's like what they say Epstein did, show up at your house with girls. Like, people will kind of offer you stuff you didn't ask for. Like, if you're somewhere where people are passing a plate around over there, and you see it, and you're not going over there, and time is passing, well, clearly you're not interested in that, but they keep, you sure? You sure? Like, yeah, I'm sure. And it could just be their addiction or their thing, or they just want to share the fun or whatever. But also, if you think I have income, why wouldn't you want to add me to your, I'm your little dream client in your head if you think that's what I do. But I can, people get milked out in LA all kind of ways. Pretty girls get milked by their mother and their whole family. You're dating a girl, she show up with you got to pay the whole family way in to the event. And, by the way, it's Mother's Day, and she'd like to buy her mother an expensive Mother's Day gift. And a lot of that in L.A., which Kanye West seems to have fallen for. But, yeah, it's interesting, this NITROUS thing. So be careful. I know it's gotten popular out there. Even No Jumper did a story on the NITROUS craze. You spend $100 in a day, it's not good for your brain. And it's like not even a real high, like you're just mindless. We are in the dystopia. So anyways, Kanye threatened that lawsuit against this big muscle-bound, possibly shady dentist who's done work for a lot of rappers 2 years ago. Didn't go through with it. Right now, Kanye is on his apology tour. He thinks he has ideas and then he drops them. I mean, the reality is, you're an adult. If you went and got those surgeries, he would have to prove, outing, like it could get kind of criminal. I mean, so if he was outed the doctor as selling him NITROUS off the record, well, then Kanye would be subject maybe to a minor criminal thing too. So maybe he doesn't want to make those allegations. It's all embarrassing. He wants to leave it behind. So he never filed the lawsuit against the doctor. He threatened it. So a lot of times you'll hear, lawsuit and they never get filed. People think he had a relapse about a year ago. I don't know. He right now seems to be okay. I don't care for him in general, but I do feel sorry for. I mean, I think there's elements of his personality that I don't like, that have made him behave in a lot of ways he has. But there's definitely also a true mental illness. And when you're rich, and even more so famous in LA, and again, I just speak from experience of being, compared to Kanye West, I'm what they call it, the B-list, C-list, D-list. I'm the G-list. I'm not anything, but I do got, between YouTube and Facebook, I got well over 1 million. I get recognized. I have the power to influence a little bit to my little crowd. I'm a little bit of somebody, and people try to use me and hang on to me or manipulate. I experience that. So that's part of that entertainment world. There's so few talented people, but there's a lot of people there. There's a lot of dark energy in that Hollywood entertainment world. And the main thing it comes from, the kind of people, not everybody, but the kind of people that want attention. Right? Not, I happen to be someone who can tell stories, make documentaries, and that happens to be popular. Or I'm Kanye West, and I can make beats, and I want to rap. Or whatever various talents people have. But, again, a lot of people out there are not even, they tell you an actor, and it's like, did you get a 4-year drama degree in college? Oh, no. Are you in acting classes? Oh, no, I don't. Well, what do you mean you're you haven't taken one acting class, but you think you're supposed to be in big movies making money? Rappers with no songs who I don't want to record nothing until such and such producer. Like, who are you? Girls who don't want to sing unless, I'm a singer and I'll record something, but I want to be done up a certain way. Well, what's that got to do with you singing? A lot of people out there looking for attention. And here's the thing. A lot of hurt feelings give dark scars where they latch onto these celebrities. So you're the bad bitch, or the handsome guy who was in the rock band back in your hometown, and you're the one who went to Hollywood. And you get there, and again, at least I'm on the rung. I'm making it, I stay out there and I make it, and I've done, and I'm, way down below, any of these Kanye West, obviously. But I am on step 1 of the rung or something, but barely anybody that goes out there to want to be something, it even gets on step 1 of the rung. And if they do, they got a taste. I'm in charge I'm the master of my own ship. But if you're out there trying to book gigs and commercial, you might get one, and it feels like, I've made it, and you don't get no more. One hit wonder, you in one Netflix series. One rich man fucks you for 6 months and gave you some money, and that's over with, and you think that's what your life's going to be, but not necessarily, because a new crop has arrived. And those are the people, they've gotten a taste of the good life. They're around, or regular, someone like, I'm not saying this dentist did that, I'm just somebody in general, someone who's a professional who went to medical school, who at some point in his life was working very hard, was on the ball, has professional licenses, which are hard to get, and you start dealing with some of these celebrity clients, especially in the music world, but probably in movies too, I'm sure, where, listen, clothing industry too, I've never met, and just Nepo babies, just people that got money from their family, not even babies, like 60-year-olds who've been rich all their life and been on an allowance all their life, a big one. There's so many of those kind of people out there. They're easy to dislike. And what do I mean by that phrase? Doesn't mean you should dislike them. They are just the way they are, and if they haven't done anything bad to you or broken the law, but their personality, I could see rubbing someone who's a hard-working person, and then whoever, the wrong way, and be like, yeah, we're going to get down on you. So it sounds like that dentist got a couple million, and other people around him. Kanye's been giving away. We don't even know what money he has now. He on that NITROUS, he was giving away money. So people like you doped up and drunk, because you will give your shit away. beware of people that, I mean, listen, the rule should be you want to do something, you make sure you get yourself high. Meaning, like, are people suggest, hey, you're going to come over tonight and do whoop-de-wop with us? What is, what's really behind that? Why if you had a girlfriend and boyfriend, like, I don't like girls to do drugs. Why would you want someone you even slightly liked to be, I mean, a few drinks here and there is whatever, but like, why would you want them inebriated all the time? To take advantage or to not have to deal with them or whatever. So, that LA is placid on the surface, but it has deep claws that can sink deep in you. And now Kanye has kind of a comeback tour this month, so he's in the news, and I just thought I'd give a recap on what his situation's been in the last couple years out Profit American Dope. Stay off the nitrous.